So I've been scrolling Instagram lately while making the new drum pack I'm sticking at studios, and I've been seeing ads for a company called Safari Audio who seem to make plugins. And for this mystery box for $39, 3 random Safari pedal plugins, sounds pretty good. We're gonna try it. Now after working out how to use my credit card and enter the license key, I realise I have a lot of plugins. So we're starting off with Fox Echo Chorus. Now this is looking like the Roland Galaxy UAD interface. Let me pull that up. I'm seeing clear, obvious inspiration, or to me it looks like it, a little bit, but let's muck around with this. I didn't realise how non-verbal I go for a lot of this, but you're going to get a good demo of some of the plugins. Turn the chorus off on the Juno. Let's give this a go. Let's try it. How do you bypass? I quite like that. This is not sponsored, by the way. The MIDI keyboard's not working. Okay, one sec. So things started going wrong here. My microphone dies, the computer crashes. But now I'm just going to start learning the out control plugin. Right, so we're back. I have made this track to demo the different plugins. So I'll start off with Fox Chorus. From what I can gather, it's quite good. I really enjoy it. I'll give you an example of it on. I've got a Juno synth, for example, of it on. So, as you can see, it has a chorus, echo, the SNS I'll get to, and reverb. So, we'll start with chorus. We'll see a chorus effect. Just intensity, it's like an LFO sort of dial. This also has a noise function. I'm keeping it low, don't really want it on too much. I do like it a little bit. And a width function. So I'll turn the width up because we're using some chorus, we want the wideness, and I want to run through the level thing quickly. So without it, like bypassed, and with it on, so the level feature is pushing it into the plugin, and it's giving it harmonic saturation, which is why we're getting the distorted tape sound effect that you get. Right, now moving on, we've got the echo. Which I've got set to 238 milliseconds. Now the mode determines your milliseconds. Now, obviously, it would be nice if it would have notes that you could choose from, but it doesn't. But that's okay, because you can just listen to it and see what sounds good. It doesn't have to be on the dot. Moving on, so we've got this SNS function. Without. With. It adds the repeat function down here. So you can have a single feedback, or keep going. It does sort of control the solo. It's like a wet and dry knob, but this does determine, like this repeat and signal does determine your sort of feedback. So I'm going to have it as to where I had it before. I don't want it too wet. And then finally, there's a reverb setting. It's quite nice. Just echoey sort of tape reverb. And then obviously EQ. All in all, I quite enjoy this plugin. It's on a few things. I'll show you in a few things actually. I'll show you in the send that it's on for the entire track. A lot of things are rooted to this. But it's got its own unique flavour. It's on the pad. I'm using it to tame it slightly. I got it on this ARP. Sounds like something out like an old 80s ad. I feel like it would be a nice slap back. Unfortunately, didn't really fit the track. I've mucked around this a lot and I just wanted to keep it simple. So moving on, we've got the out control. So this plugin, compressor, I've got it in these drums. Currently I've got a parallel setting rather than like a mixed bus sort of setting, but it's quite nice. I mean, I have it maxed out because trying to get this gain reduction to work, I found it quite difficult. Sometimes it's fine like that, but other times you're not getting as much gain reduction. I don't know if it's a setting thing or if I'm using it wrong. It's like the more input you use isn't determining your gain reduction. Now I know it can be adjusted with the ratio, but if you're pushing into a compressor, you want to be reducing it like you would with any, like a CLA 76 compressor, like the Waves one, or any FET compressor or any Optone, just a normal compressor. You'd push into it and the gain reduction is triggered because you're hitting the threshold more. You can't control the threshold on it individually, so not sure how that's meant to work. However, I found it's quite good on the mix bus and the drum bus. So on the drum bus, we've got it in the pump setting because it's part of the parallel heaven preset. I mucked about a bit. It needs to be quite low because otherwise it's like. very like hard hitting drums, more like MGK sort of distorted. Otherwise I quite like it for this track. I will say I quite like the Rhino Reverb plugin. So I have it on, I'll demo it again on the drums for now. It gives it a bit of width, and it acts like a slapback. Like if I turn it all the way up, it is practically a slapback. Now I don't know if this is an emulation thing, because I don't know what's going on back here, but it looks cool. So I had it quite low because I didn't want like a slight slapback. Bit of width, blended it in, and then bit of filter. Mainly use this as a preset, but muck around with it. Which is also what's actually on this send. The other sound that you heard earlier. Hipster Space preset, very nice. I quite like that. I feel like the Fox Chorus and Rhino Reverb, they work really well together. Right, I think I've level matched it. Now I can talk over it a bit more. So we've got the out control for the, on the mix bus magic setting. Now I quite like it. I'll demo the other settings we had. I'm not sure, I just sort of selected that, sounded good to me. It's only doing slight reduction, we don't too much because it's only a mix bus. But again, turning it up, it doesn't. It like distorts more. It's quite good for like distortion, like compression distortion, but I'm not too sure about it on other things. Anyway, I'll run through the settings because I didn't do that earlier. So smooth, lo-fi mix bus, they all determine the ratio settings. For example, that now it's on lo-fi, it's 8.6 ratio. However, on mix bus, it's 1.9. Same with release, 205.113. 28121. It determines the settings. I did notice lo-fi makes a sort of EQ sort of sound effect, but I don't know if that's where it's hitting harder and it's distorting it, or if it's changing, like it's actually EQing it. But at a first glance, I like these plugins. Just not a fan of the hour control. The rest, pretty good. So I'll play the rest of the song with it all on, and then bypass as we go along. So all in all, they're nice plugins. Mixed opinions on Out Control, but I do quite like the Rhino Reverb and the Vox Chorus. I may have to try them again. Also, this isn't sponsored, this is just because why not? I'm going to have to muck around with them and see if like just implement them in some tracks. They sound really nice, to be honest. Right, so I'm going to finish off the video by ranking these. So we've got Out Control, definitely last. Not the biggest fan, need to learn it more. However, I have seen some other plugins by Safari Pedals. They've got a few pedals in their adverts and they look quite good. So I might have to try some different pedal plugins. However, not a fan of Out Control. I'd say Rhino Reverb, definitely second. I really like it. It's very nice. Just the Vox Echo Chorus takes the cake. It is really good. I find it's really useful for pushing through tape. It's got that nice chorus. The echo on it's really good. It's malleable. I will say the only thing it could have done with is maybe something to keep it in tempo with the track. But other than that, it's quite a solid plugin, especially the reverb on it. The reverb's nice. I'll play the track. I'll play just the reverb actually. I meant to do that earlier. It's like a tape sort of reverb. It's just nice. I really like it. Anyway, that is all. So I didn't have time to record this outro the other day, but I like the plugins. Out Control, Vox Chorus, and Rhino Reverb. I've got to say Vox Chorus and Rhino Reverb are really good. I'm going to try the Out Control a bit more. I was quite harsh on it, but it's just something I need to get used to because it's a new plugin. Like, you just do that with new plugins. For $30, I think it's $39 at the time. I can't remember what I said. But yeah, $39 I believe. That's really worth it for like free plugins. And you might not know what you're getting, but looking at Safari Pedals, they have some great plugins. I'm going to try some more soon. I might do another mystery box at some point. We'll see. But that's all.